Hey, everybody. So, on this podcast today, we're going to actually debut a sneak peek to our new Agency Ascend Developing Leaders in Your Agency program. This is a great course for your team to take, whether you have a leader that's emerging, an existing leader that's struggling, or you're looking to hire a new leader in your agency. We have so much talent that's on the brink of retirement that we need to foster and fuel new blood into this industry. And leadership training is essential. It's hard to go from managing your peers from being a peer to managing your peers. So we're going to do a sneak peek of one of the course lessons. You can watch us on YouTube, listen to it as a podcast, or come to our website and watch it if you want to know what you're getting into. But the course is on sale until the end of the month, which the month is July. So until the end of July, 2024. For $500, and you own it, you can get it outright, or you can subscribe to our school and get everything, including this. But we're going to talk a little bit about why you need to get a strategic plan to help your leaders. So this is the part of this section we call leading the leader. Maybe you're an owner, and owners can totally take this course too. It'll just reinforce why you need a strategic plan. But if you have a couple layers, this is also a great section to identify how you're going to give your new leader, your manager, some tools for success. So take a listen, and we'll be back on the other side. All right, let's talk now about the importance of a strategic plan. Remember, executive owners are responsible to create the roadmap, and then the leaders need to add their own sprinkles, sparkle, etc., and then go ahead and execute it with the team. So I think a lot of times one of the rubs we see with leaders sometimes can be is they're unclear what the direction of the vision is. And honestly, a lot of resources can get wasted, which is one of the reasons we don't want to do that. So leadership is an action, not a position. And I believe that sternly. I mean, I've seen a lot of people in a leadership role that aren't good leaders. And I've seen a lot of people who are not in a leadership role be great leaders. And so when somebody's just checking the boxes, that's not going to help you and your agency out very much. Now, one of the things I do want to say before we get into the strategic plan is we do have a strategic plan that workbook that we release every single quarter, every single Q4, I should say, every year, and we update it. So when this is being shot, the next one will include how to handle the hard market for 2025. I don't know when you're watching this, that might date this video very much so, but it is one of the things that we're seeing. And so we go through and we kind of reorganize it, but it's basically a workbook that you can sit down and have us walk you through a video by video, but just how to get down a great strategic plan. We talk about getting feedback from your team, the reports that you need to run, how to set your plan, and then what to do to keep up on it. And I think it's an opportunity for everybody to get on the same page. So you do have it. You can watch out as we launch it this October as well for the 2025 version. But I think everybody needs a starting point. It's really hard sometimes to just sit and look at a blank sheet of paper and say, what do we want to do this year? So a couple of things that we always recommend in case you are good with a blank sheet of paper. Starting by just finding out where's the agency today. Have that honest look. What are we good at? What are we not good at? What resources do we need? As the owner, what do you love to do and what do you hate to do? Because over the course of the year, we should get rid of those things that you hate to do. And the things you love to do, we should do more of because you're just going to be great at them. And it's going to help grow the agency. We do a SWOT, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. What are you good at? What are we not good at? What's an opportunity? What could take us out? And this is just a good brain dump. What's bothering you? I mean, as an owner of a business, I always like to say the highs are highs, the lows are lows. I can have a great day, but something's still bothering me. And you want to get that down on paper so you can identify what you need to do with it. What's the 10-year vision? Where do we want to be in 10 years? Your owner job description. We kind of talked about that in job descriptions, but what should I be focused on? And that's something I have to do every single year too. What should I be focused on? If I focus my time here, this is a good thing. And what are our values and are they honored? If you don't have values, we're going to talk a little bit about that in the next lesson, but it's something that I believe every agency should really invest in. Reports. You can't manage what you can't measure. I had a conversation with an agency this morning and the team didn't want to put lost policy reasons in. It's an extra step. I know why they left. We save every single policy that's worth it, all that stuff. And I just stopped and thought for myself, hey, I understand all of that, but how do we know? And if this agency wanted to double in size, would they regret not holding the team accountable to taking this 30-second action? The answer is yes. I tell every agency that comes to our doorstep that's a consulting client, I say 100% of the people in your shoes, their data has been horrid when we first start. Some agencies are better, some are worse, but the goal is that we keep improving it. And there's only one way out of it, which is to work through it. It's kind of like, hey, if I haven't worked out in a while, there's only one way, and that's to start picking up the weights. It's to start getting on the treadmill. There's no other way. So it's okay if it's not perfect. Don't get frustrated. And if you do choose to get our strategic planning guide, we actually walk you through with Amos 368, Applied Epic, how to run the reports, which I think is really key. So we've got what to report on, activity reports, overdue activities, new business, lost business, book of business. All of those things are super, super important to be taking a look at. And if they're messy, that could be one of the initiatives this year. We need to get good at analytics. How do you organize success? So the first step is, what is success? If we got to the end of this year or this quarter or whenever you're starting this, what would be successful? And then I like to say, what are the 3 big objectives? If we move these 3 rocks this year, this is going to be awesome. You have to clearly identify how you're going to celebrate. We're going to have resource review and development. So what resources you need? By all means, people, stop buying stuff, except us. You should always buy us. But I mean, we walk an agency with a bigger tech stack. It's all overlapping. None of it works. Nobody knows how to use it. And a lot of times the management system does it. It's just not sexy, right? And so we keep buying more things versus just making what we have work. And that's costing money and frustration. And no integration is perfect, right? What roadblocks will we face? Both things that you can predict and not predict. We didn't predict COVID, I'll tell you that much. Who the ideal client is this year, who are we targeting? Because every agency will go through some resource, issues. Currently, when we're shooting this, time is at a premium in a hard market. There's just more work to do. So maybe that means that we need to decrease, the open door policy that anyone can come get insurance here. The new leader job description. What's the accountability chart? So instead of an org chart, who's in charge of what? And if 2 people are in charge, no one's in charge. So one person has to be in charge. Maybe somebody's in charge of retention. Just make that one person's thing. Then brainstorm. What are you thinking? Review your processes. Which processes are working? Which ones need to be amended? How are you going to track everything? What's your vision for the year and values? What are the unbreakable rules? Say, we're not doing this year. Under no certain circumstance are we going down that path. You just have to stop and say, this is the boundary. And what do we do if we get off track, right? Leadership teams can get off track. A lot of times you're very likable to each other, but that does not make Navy SEAL Team 6, right? Like Navy SEAL Team 6 gets the job done. So do you guys. And then goal setting. We believe in trying to set goals for these areas. It could be just maybe 2 or 3 of them for the year, or some agencies, as they get more advanced, will start on all of these areas. But new business, retention, cross-selling, coverage improvements, fees, carrier, what carriers do we want to feed, firing clients, and what should our budget look like? But you can't do this alone, right? Now, if your agency is of a size where it is only you, that's okay. Go do it, but maybe grab a buddy. Maybe grab another agency owner. Maybe check out a mastermind group that you can join that can hold you accountable. But if you are of an agency that has you and a manager or a team lead, do it together or start the process and then pull them in. But just like this little girl that you saw, doing these types of plans alone is never super fun. So also, you might struggle to communicate it. You might bail out. You might not get it done. And this is too important to not make happen. So next up, we're going to go into agency values, why you need them and how they work. So that was just one of probably, I think, like 10 to 15 little mini lessons we have for you as an owner or executive manager to identify how to build leaders in your agency. So you can imagine how great this course is. It comes with downloads like your growth calculator, how to set goals, how to have a one-on-one meeting, a performance improvement plan, literally everything that managers need when they're just starting out or trying to reestablish trust and respect from their team. So what are you waiting for? You have to make sure you check out our course because it is on sale for half off until the end of July 2024. So stop listening, go hit the links and make it happen. And if you have other questions, you want to do more one-on-one training, let us know. We're always here to help. We'll see you on our next podcast.